What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to sharpen planer blades, specifically one of these power hand planers. This guy here is a Makita. It's 35 years old. I mostly use this to shape surfboards, but this once was used in its previous life for mostly woodworking. Anyways, I did use it recently to install a door in a home reno and with older houses. Inevitably, there are nails, and I wasn't careful, and I was using this, and I nicked my beautiful sharp planer blades. So I'm going to show you how to sharpen these. I've already done one of them, and the other one I need to sharpen, and I'll show you how dull it is, or how nicked up it is, and how I'm going to repair it. I figured this technique out by watching a video of a guy showing you how to sharpen the really long planer blades. So I'll see if I can dig up that video and I'll post it in the description below. So basically, I'm going to use 3D printing to my advantage and make a little jig in order to sharpen this planer blade. But if you don't have a 3D printer, you can also do it using a table saw. And I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. So first thing, let's take the blade off. All right, I got my planer blade taken off, and as you can see here, it is super nicked up on the one side. So I want to get rid of those nicks. So right here is the jig we're going to use. I catted this up in Fusion 360, so if any of you guys do 3D printing, you could create one of these yourself. I will post and share this STL, but it's going to be only good for this Makita planer, and it's like 35 years old. So yeah, probably very limited application. So you guys can design your own in Fusion 360. Basically what you need to figure out is the angle of this planer blade. And typically they're anywhere from, I want to say 42 to 45 degrees, maybe even 41 degrees. And once you figure out that angle, you can sketch out this profile and then just extrude it and make this block. And what this planer blade does is it fits in right like this, and it protrudes slightly, so you're able to run a sharpening stone over it. And I'll show you how I do that. We're going to go into the house here in a second and do it over the sink. And then you're able to make that flat, because to sharpen a blade this wide is really hard unless you have a very, very big sharpening plate or platen or some sort, or a jig. So this is the cheap and easy way to do it, and it gets you really great results. Now, if you have a table saw, you could make this out of wood through some experimentation. Take a block of wood, run it through the table saw, set the angle, run it through a couple times, and then set your blade in there, and that will also work. So it'll take some trial and error, but once you have it set up, you can use it to sharpen your blades. That easy. Okay, let's head into the house. Okay, we're in the kitchen now, and a couple of the obvious things that you will need to sharpen the planer blade is you're gonna need some sharpening stones, like these. So these aren't the only ones you're gonna need. These are diamond sharpening stones. These things are amazing. I love these. These are awesome. So this brand here that I have is the DMT Diamond Dia Sharp stones. So this one here, the large one I have here, is the fine, and that's 600 mesh. I'm assuming that means 600 grit. It's 25 micron. And I also have the extra fine, which is 1200 mesh, and that's 9 micron. Now, these are going to get you most of the way there. I'm going to use this one here, the fine, to get rid of all the nicks and everything. So after that, I'm going to switch over to my whetstones. I got like a 2000 and a 4000. The thing about these is you will need to flatten them, because you're going to want a nice flat stone. And that's where this guy comes in. I know this is quite a few stones. It's a bit of an investment, but it's worth it in my opinion, because you can sharpen your kitchen knives, you can sharpen, well, anything that needs sharpening. This stone here is not quite a stone, as it is more a piece of plastic with some diamond on either side. It's 120 grit and 180 grit. This is a lapping stone, and you use this to flatten your stone. This is awesome. because these stones, these whetstones will wear very quickly when you're sharpening anything on it, and it'll hollow it out and you won't get a perfectly flat surface, because we want a super flat surface when we start sharpening. Because the way this will work is I'm going to load my blade in here, and this takes some trial and error to get the depth correct. So either between 3D printing or running it through the table saw, you're going to have to mess around until you get the right height. Now, if it's too deep, what you can do is you can take some tape and you can build up the bottom of the planer blade until it sits flush with this. You want it slightly protruding, maybe like 4/1000 of an inch, maybe 2/1000 of an inch, just so that it's slightly above, and that way when you go to run your stones on it, it's going to run and sharpen it. And that's the magic. That's how it works. So right now I have it so that it's perfect. It's slightly protruding. It's great. I'm going to put it on my sink, wet down my stones, and then start working it until the blade starts to get sharp. Very simple. So what I have here is called a sink bridge. I use it to put my sharpening stones in when I sharpen knives, but it'll work great for this as well. Not necessary, but makes your life a lot easier and keeps things nice and clean. I'm going to start out using my coarse diamond stone to get this flattened, because, you know, I got to get those nicks out. So that's the first thing I got to do. So you'll hear it sharpen, and you'll see metal start coming off as well. So it starts getting a little bit darker. And then you can see the wear that's happening on it. Man, these diamond stones are awesome. I'll leave a link in the description below to them on Amazon. Now, I think I've wore it down enough that I have to put a little bit of tape on the bottom of this. So let's put a little tape on the bottom of this. Already I can see I'm making a huge difference in it. I like that. Just put a couple layers of tape, load it back in, keep going. Okay, that should be enough layers. Let's go back to sharpening. There, got it protruding a little bit. All right, this isn't particularly interesting, so I'll come back when I'm switching to the next grid. Okay, so this took a little longer than I expected because the blade was in very bad shape because of those huge nicks. But I think now with the roughest stone, I pretty much got them all out. So I'm gonna switch off to the 1000 grit, or the 1200 grit, the extra fine of the diamond. At this point, we're just taking out the scratches, just honing it a bit, just sharpening it up a little bit, because I've already done all the heavy stock removal with the coarser grit. So this shouldn't take that long. Gonna take this, move this over here for a second. Now I'm gonna switch over to the 2000, I believe. Yep. There's a little bit of a cup in it, so I'm gonna use this, my flattening stone. This works really well. Just gonna raise this up a little bit. There we go. is now super flat. I'm gonna make sure to wet this stone real good. And now I'm gonna only run the stone in one direction now, because now we're just cleaning it up. And now I'm going to switch over to my 4000, which I've already flattened earlier. And at this point, we're just cleaning up that blade. You can go even finer than this, but I'm going to leave it at 4. Yep, that's looking beautiful. Now I'm just going to take, there's a bit of a burr on the back of it. And I'm just going to take it and run it on my stone a little bit. This might not be 100% the proper way of doing it, but it certainly gets me a decent enough result. All right, that should do it. Hopefully I can get a close-up on this. I'll get a close-up of this out in the garage. Also, to knock the rest of the burr off, I use a piece of wood. This does a really great job. All right, guys, that's my method for sharpening these planer blades. Is it perfect? Probably not, but it's pretty darn good for what I have at hand, and I don't need to go buy anything to do this necessarily, provided you have a table saw or a 3D printer. Having said that, I did miss, it's really good, but the damage on this one corner was so bad with hitting that nail head. But anyways, there's still a tiny nick there, but it's like 80-90% better than what it was. It's certainly serviceable for what I want to do because I mostly shape foam. But anyways, I could certainly go back, spend some more time on this, and fix it up. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to put this all back together. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you found it useful. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on all kinds of different topics. And I'll see you guys in the next video.